Yes, welcome to my high-end and frequency business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas from the Netherlands, and I'm an international trained high-end success medium and a high-end and frequency business coach. Throughout my podcast series, I help ambitious, empathetic coaches who aim for high-end success, fulfillment, and ultimate life and business mastery. Absolutely living and thriving from their stardust potential. I'll give you the tips, the tools, and energy shifts you need to shift to the next level of impact, abundance, freedom, and absolute energy joy. So I hope you're ready to shift with me. Let's go. Impact through your distinctive power. How to reactivate this soul aligned power. Plus, I'm going to give you a business tool. Yes, a very warm welcome to the High-End and Frequency Business Podcast number 46. The show notes of this episode you can find at www.lisettelucas.com/B46. Well, we're going to talk about in this episode, of course, about your distinctive power, but also how you can use it to distinguish yourself in an ocean of coaches and service-based providers with the attitude of when everybody goes left, I go right. And in this episode, I'm going to give you a tool that immediately gives you a new view. And with that as well, new business opportunities. Well, amazing you're here. And when you're listening to this, you're probably a coach, a service-based provider, or you're becoming a coach or working in the alternative health industry. And when you are working from your heart, because I'm wearing green at the moment, but I love green myself because green is the color of the energy and the frequency of the heart. So I always say when you're a green person, you need to work from the heart, from who you truly are. And that's interesting because when you look at yourself at this moment, are you really working from that place of who you truly are, from your heart and your soul? Because if you would be, I can say as well, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. Oops, that might hurt a bit because I do believe you come from a place of love. I always say I come from a place of love because that's who you truly are. We are all love and we are all connected. But at some point, we disconnected ourselves from that beautiful stardust potential of where we came from. We are all made of stardust, energy, frequency. But are you coming from a place of love, or are you craving love through pain, through disappointment, through sadness? Because this is important to understand. Because what does pain, sadness, disappointment, the energy of all those frequencies do? The energy of all those heavy frequencies do? I even feel my energy being pulled down when I talk about it. It brings you below the golden line. If you haven't already, download my Above the Golden Line method. That's totally free, by the way. With that, you can buy as well on Amazon. Just put in my name, Lisette Lucas, Amazon worldwide, Above the Golden Line Manifestation Journal. Then you get the tool that's attached to it as well. So you can work on your programming. And why is that necessary? Well, I talk about this through my podcast series because this is the most important part. The reason why you're not there yet, why you're not taking bold, big action steps is because your beautiful heart, your beautiful soul frequencies is covered with layers of earthly dust, with heavy energies, with heavy frequencies. And of course, we are all human. I've been going through that myself, and I'm cleaning my dust every day because, BS happens. Bullshit, of course, but belief systems, we all have it. We all work through certain patterns and we move in certain ways that make us feel safe and secure and loved. So if you and when you're ready to make bold actions, take bold action steps, then there's one important thing you need to know. To be able to do that, you have to clean up those subconscious layers, that programming at the root, at the core. Because, sure, you can go to a certain event and for instance, a day long, your energy is amazing, but then you go back to your normal routine, your normal life, and then you drop again. But I want you to be that rocket. When you're here, I know as well, you've hit rock bottom more than once, probably, like I did. Otherwise, I couldn't even share this with you. And what's the beautiful thing, painful thing, but again, beautiful thing, the silver lining from hitting rock bottom is that you can go up like a rocket. You can go up like a rocket. You can step into the energy and frequency of what everybody's saying. The sky is the limit. But to be honest, is the sky the limit? When you're in that rocket, will you go through the sky and say, maybe call home, because that's possible when you're in a rocket, say, yeah, guys, I'm going through the sky now. I'm moving through the ceiling of the sky. No, there is no limit. There is absolutely no limit. What is the limit? Your imagination is. And why is your imagination limited? Because it's connected to your subconscious programming. And I'm talking about this, about money, of course, because as a business owner, we want to earn money, but more, I'm talking about this from a place of you as a single person, as a single soul living and thriving on this planet. Am I able to help and touch and guide 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people? Because I want you to think big. Again, people say, I want you to think outside the box. But think again. Is that box? Is that a conditioned box? Because when you feel the energy of all the possibilities, I can tell you there is no box. There is absolutely no box. So no, there is no limit. The sky is limitless and there is no box. So what is holding you down, holding you back from distinguishing yourself in that ocean of coaches, service-based providers? What is holding you back? The only thing that's holding you back is you. Yeah, might be painful to hear because you think, well, I've done so much and I've learned so much. I've worked with coaches, business coaches, whatever. Yeah, sure, they can give you the tools, but did they get to the core, the root problem? And what is the root problem? That's the programming, the old programming. I mean, we all have a phone. We all have devices we work with. Otherwise, we couldn't even connect like this. That's absolutely amazing. But how does your phone function without doing an upgrade? How does it function? It doesn't. It doesn't. It crashes. And will you do an upgrade then to get the software where it needs to be? I bet you do. I bet you do. Especially when new software is released. I love my device. I always want the newest software. But why? And that's kind of weird. Why do we want it for our phone? Why do we cherish our phone more than our own neurological system, than our own energy and frequency? Interesting, right? So you can distinguish yourself by doing the work. And that sounds like a cliche. Yeah, sure, Lisette, sounds great, but everybody's doing the work. Otherwise, they couldn't be the therapist, the coach, the psychologist, or whatever. Yeah, I know, but the people who have really done the work, they understand the bigger picture. They understand how energy works. They understand how the energy of what you put out there gives it back. They understand that it's not about the money. It's not about the money. And again, you can think, not about the money. Of course, it's about the money. I have a family to take care of. And no, the people who are, and I'm looking at them as well, because I'm following their energy and frequency, because it's amazing to look at the highest level achievers. They They use their imagination in the most unique and powerful way. And you can do that as well. So they don't think about the money. Money is just a byproduct. Money is just a byproduct. They think about making an impact by solving a problem. Yeah, this one. And I call this a tool because this is the tool and the sentence you need to remember. They think about making an impact by solving a problem, and not just solving a small problem for a few people, but they think about solving a problem for humanity in the biggest way, as bold as possible. And that's why I say I'm here to shift 1 million plus souls, always make it bigger, make it open to more and more possibilities. I'm here to shift 1 million plus souls to the frequency of energy, joy, and beyond. And what does the frequency of energy, joy do? What does it really do? Because it sounds so like, sure, joy, everybody has joyful times and happy times and grateful times. No, it has to do with the awareness of not living in a place above the golden line, because the energy joy frequency is above the golden line. Acceptance is the first step above the golden line. The golden line is a neutral frequency. And that's a huge step already, because that means when you're neutral, you're not pulling or you're not pushing the energy, you're just are. You can step into the I am zone. And that's a really peaceful place. And when you live on that golden line, instead of being in the frequency of suffering and pain, again, remember, and I love this. When I heard this, I thought, wow, this is so powerful. That's why I want to share it as well. Tony Robbins talks about this. Remember this always. Pain. Pain is a part of life. So yeah, we go through pain. We go through pain, and pain takes us below the golden line, but we don't want to live there. So when you feel you're suffering in silence, that's a choice. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. So you can always step out of suffering. You can always step out of there. And how do you do that? You do that. And this is one of the most powerful tools there is. You do that by asking the right questions. So don't stay into that victim mode of, yeah, but why does this happen to me? Why me? I'm different from other people. No, you're not different. Everybody goes through pain. Everybody has their experiences, but you're not different. We're all the same in our core. So you can always shift that energy and frequency. And so many people are suffering. And probably that's one of the reasons why you do what you do as a coach, as a service-based provider, to help people out of their suffering, help them out of pain. And my way to do that is the energy and frequency of energy, joy, and beyond, because the frequency of joy is such an amazing and high, powerful frequency. And again, when you're in that suffering mentality, yeah, but my business isn't going the way I want to, and if it continues like this, I better stop. Why is this happening to me? You can always ask yourself the question, what can I do now? What can I do now to turn this around? And then you can just sit in silence, shift your frequency, play some music, go outside, dance, think of the people you love, feel the people you love, whether they're in spirit or they're here. You can always connect to that frequency of love and joy. And yet then you can just shift out of that. And then you become more open. And from that place of openness, the ideas just drop in. So while I'm sharing this with you, because that's how it works, I'm telling you, turn the question around. What can I do to shift it I want to talk about my journal, because I've created the journal from this place. What can I do even more and bigger to help people shift to the frequency of energy, joy, and beyond? The journal, that's why I've created it, to give you that extra tool. And you can do that for your business as well. And this is how you distinguish yourself from that ocean of coaches, by becoming aware of where you are, learning about the thoughts you say to yourself and the words you say to yourself on a daily basis, because that's how your life will turn out. That will become your reality. And when you turn that upside down and you step above that golden line, or you know how to take yourself from under the golden line above the golden line, your whole reality will change. So I think by now, enough said about this. So it's about the questions, it's about the reprogramming, and it's about becoming aware of your frequency. Scan your frequency several times during the day. What am I thinking? What am I saying to myself? What pictures do I show myself? Am I being a record of the past, like Joe Dispenza says? Or am I imagining the brilliant, bright future that I can create for so many people? I can impact so many people. I mean, look at what I'm doing from that little small country of the Netherlands. I know by talking about this, I can reach the whole world and even beyond that, because always think bigger. Remember, think bigger and brighter. Like everybody can do that, but not everybody is aware. So you're already so many steps ahead of so many people by just learning about this, understanding this. I always say to myself, if I can change one person's life with creating this podcast, creating this video on YouTube like I'm doing now, that's all worth it, because I know that one person can start doing the work, create their own magic, embrace, embody their stardust potential, and change the world, change humanity from that pure place of soul, pure place of heart, that green energy that we all are as coaches, helpers, service-based providers. So I want you to write down after this podcast whatever came forward for you. And after listening to this, I always say the one thing that stood out most for you, write it down. Take one bold action step. Create something, write something, call somebody, connect to somebody to get the energy moving. And your whole life and business will change if you keep on doing that, repeating it over and over again. Yes, so I want to leave you with, it's not about the money. Money is just a byproduct. And when you understand that, when you feel and sense that you're here to make an impact in the world in your own unique way, when you clear all those subconscious layers and programming, that earthly dust, then you can embody the true essence of who you are. And in that way, you can distinguish yourself with a smile of energy, joy on your face. And you can touch hearts, heal hearts in a way that you wouldn't even have imagined possible at this moment in time. So when you're ready to distinguish yourself by doing the inner frequency work, by shifting your frequency, please DM me the word rocket. Remember, you're like that rocket when you understand the rules, when you understand it's only your imagination that's holding you down and holding you back, you can break free from that. There is no box. So the show notes of this episode you can find at www.lisettelucas.com/B46. And I'm really looking forward to connect. So if you want my help, I can help you in different ways. I only have a few one-to-one spots available. So please let me know when you're ready to go all in and we can talk about the next step to take. Looking forward to hear you, connect, and see you. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to my High-End and Frequency Business podcast. My name is Lisette Lucas, and if you want to join my EnergyJoy world, please drop me a DM and really looking forward to connect.